Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to part 2. Here we're going to start getting into caves. So first, when you spawn in, you should be a little hungry and thirsty. Go hit that nice rain catcher or the river down, not river, the little pond down below. And grab some food if you need it. So before we jump into the cave, I just really want to point out, do not go into this cave unless you're completely comfortable with the combat system. If you need to run around and fight some more guys, do that. Do not come into the cave unprepared. So make sure your lighter's out or else you won't be able to see. Now at the bottom of this cave, we're gonna fight two pails at the same time. Pails are stronger than the ones we fought before, a little bit quicker, they take some more hits, and you're gonna see like some actual like blocking counter combat. Is pretty much going to be how most of the fights in the game go. So let's just take a look and see how that goes and go from there. Alright, so yeah, that's a pretty good combat demonstration. Just a little bit about where we're at. I said there's a cave, we're in a cave, but there's actually, I think, 9 caves total. I'd have to double check off the top of my head, I don't know exactly. But right now, the first one we picked is actually Cave 3. And in it you can get the chainsaw. The reason why we picked this one early is because the chainsaw is probably one of the better items you need off the bat. Not only, you know, for logging or building defenses, stuff like that, but it does great work as a weapon. In most of our multiplayer games, anytime we get outnumbered or we get some of the specialty mutants on us, we usually just pull out the chainsaws and go to town. So there's 2 at the start, and then there's going to be a few more, and then there's going to be one of those specialty mutants I mentioned earlier. With how early it is in the game and whatnot, we're actually just going to bypass all that and make a beeline for the chainsaw. So, once again, make sure you burn your bodies, get your armor back, because it's probably going to be trashed after that fight, and then we can go from there. I just made a crafted axe just in case I need something that has a little bit better block. It does better block and damage than the plain axe, but it's slow as hell. Not really the best option, but if push comes to shove and I had to fight the specialty mutant, that would be the one that I would have pulled out for it. Once again, this is just extra preparation for it. Like I said, I wasn't too sure at the moment if I was going to fight him or not, so I wanted to make sure I had as much shit as I could. So it gets a little bit hard to see, but for the most part, if you stay on a straight path, you should be okay. So right around where you start to see the blue glint on the rocks is when you're going to encounter the second two pale. And I'm pretty sure the specialty mutant is named a Virginia. Kind of looks like an octopus. It might be an Armsy though. I'll tell you in 1 second as soon as I see it again. That is an Armsy. I call that because they have a lot of arms. Pretty original. So yeah, if you just run, he might tag you once, but you can get away from him. Just get on the rope. Probably hit you on the way down. He's really easy to outrun though, so don't be too worried about it. We're just gonna turn around and bolt for the crevice that we can crawl through. Just give him time to do what he's gonna do, so he's not smacking us as soon as we hit the ground. So in this section, this is right before the chainsaw. I think there's 4 to 5 pails here. So if you need to for the energy, just chug a soda. You can go the way I went, or you can go around to the left and just take a straight shot. But the goal is to make it straight to the river, to that or little flooded area, I suppose it would be, and run up here, and the chainsaw will be right on the table. Once you get that, just equip it and just knock those guys out like they're nothing. You can use the lighter or a flashlight with the chainsaw. You just need to hit it after you pull it out. Just like before, we're going to carry all the bodies up and make some nice armor out of them. Now the only downside of using the chainsaw as a weapon, besides it takes fuel, which you can easily find, is you cannot block. So you're either going to eat the hit, or if you're in mid-attack animation like that, it'll stagger you, but it doesn't always count as damage. So I guess in essence it does block, but there's no individual block button. So once you clear them out, come back to this area on the left, you bypass and take care of little mutant baby things. There'll be a collectible and a few crates you can hit over on this side as well. When you're in these caves, don't be afraid to explore. As long as you have the health, you have some meds, or you're comfortable in your combat ability, you'll be okay. It's easy to get turned around sometimes. The only real way to counteract that is to get the map. We'll deal with that later, but for these first few ones, explore, you know, have some fun. If you just kind of want to get in and get out and follow the walkthrough, by all means, go for it. So once you have all their armor made, you can climb up this rope, and when you get to the top of this, you'll see a few little ropes dug into the wall and whatnot. You need an item to use those called the climbing axe. We're gonna get that later on too. But it's a necessity later. But as for right now, the only thing that you're gonna miss is going up into a different cave entrance. And it's not that important. You can go through that entrance and hop down through this side. Where I'm at now requires the rebreather. We're gonna get the rebreather in part 4. So just explore, check it out, and just kind of make a mental note of what you see and where they interconnect, because all the caves are interconnected at some point. It's just a matter of where. If you get low in health, make sure you take your snacks, obviously. Water you should be good on. And then we're actually going to be able to hit one more cave before the end of the second day, before we have to head back to base. But once you checked everything out, did what you need to do, the only thing left is to run back. So just go back out the way you came. You can try fighting the RMZ and the Pales with the chainsaw if you want. Or you can just blow by them like I did. Now that we're climbing up the rope, this concludes our Chainsaw Cave, aka the Forest Walkthrough Part 2. And I hope to see you guys on Part 3, where we do some night hunting for squirrel to finish off our bed and get a stick bag, and we also go find the katana through a back entrance. It doesn't even take 5 minutes to get.